Now, no one asks me for advice, but if they did, I reckon it might be about my life's greatest accomplishment. Tell me your secret to finishing high school. Your body's a temple. Spare the pleasures of the flesh so you can focus on getting a solid D+ in pre-algebra and graduating in the top half of your class of 50. All right, how about another question? How did you choose the perfect college? Oh, okay, well, that's not what I was referring to, but okay. Go to art school. You drew some shitty cartoons in high school. I'm sure you can follow your trailer park dreams along with the bohemian kids of doctors. You'll have a lot in common. All right, I think we have time for one more. What about Okay, you know what? We're done. How about I spent 6 years getting a combined 73,000 followers on social media? That's it. That's my accomplishment. Are you happy? Good question. Thank you for asking. But you know what? Now the intro's too long, and I'll have to keep all of those great tips a secret because I don't have enough footage shot, and also I have to talk about the knives I guess this video is about, which of course are real cool production slip joints on loan from Serge of the Serge Knife Company fame that are available on his website. Actually, I've seen them on Blade HQ too, with a new one released every Monday, or is it Tuesday? I don't know. I can't be sure. You'll have to go check right now. I didn't have a lot of time to do research, giving out lots of good advice. But the link's in the description. But before we go any further, let's take a look at the dimensions of all three of them. They're all very similar in size, like the overall length and weight. Okay, since everyone's asking, I'll reveal the secret to probably one of the most helpful for social media artists, like myself, as submitted by my main pasta guy right here. Blade size and cutting edge. For one, I'm glad he noticed. I'm sure a lot of people have wondered the same thing too, Always trying to be helpful here. Handle size and grip area. Probably my most complimented feature, and I'm glad I can share it with you. Spine thickness and handle thickness. Now for one, I'd say wearing a shorter inseam probably helps accentuate them more, and plenty of sunblock. You don't want any problem areas to show your doctor when you go every 5 years. And the tallnesses. And I hope those kids that said I had weird legs in junior high are now fucking dead. From laughing, we're cool. I don't wish them any bad vibes, They probably are followers, right? So the Serge Knife Company is the production division of the Serge Design Conglomerate, Self-Collective, LLC, Commune, Corporation, Entity. Serge makes all sorts of EDC items, most famously the bean knives, which of course I reviewed a knockoff of years ago. Don't tell Serge, I'm trying to atone. But I saw these on Instagram, and I asked him if I could review them. So he loaned them to me. I think Shabazz put in the good word for me that I'm not a total psycho, so thanks to him. So Serge has had these made for him to exacting specifications by a nice guy factory in China that makes them for him. Overall, these production slip joints will be available in 3 blade shapes: the cleaver, the Persian, the Wharncliffe. All represented here in my YouTube art on video. They are also going to be released in a few different handle variations, including blue and tumbled titanium and black and orange G10. A total of 6 variations with about 150 of each run being produced. The ones released so far have all sold out, so I guess they really didn't need my help. So let's look at them closer, the blades. First you have the 3 blades. I do. All made from M390 steel in a tumbled finish with a similar spine thickness and all flat grinds. A little tip here, when cutting up food or vegetables, I usually opt for the stuff with more of a traditional belly here, so I don't have to hold my hand as close to the cutting board or the surface of the counter. I can use a bit more of an angle with the Persian here, which looks like something I could be demonetized for, depending on how long I let this go on. Mostly I don't cut food with my knives, and I use them for cutting rope, boxes, myself a lot, and other things, so the 2 blade shapes work too, the Persian and the Wharncliffe. I think overall, visually, I prefer the Wharncliffe and like that it has a little bit of a belly rather than a straight edge. Kinda like me lately. Alright, let's talk about the action, or the walk and talk as it's referred to on internet forums. And if you're talking about the action you're getting on internet forums with your new sweet pocket knife, well, that's of course the only action you'll ever be able to brag about. Walk and talk. Whew. Are there 3 nicer words strung together? Toyotathon starts now. Extinction level event. Now the walk and talk on the Serge knife, in my opinion, is good and strong. IMHO, as you might type out on your internet forums. Each knife has a half stop or a resting spot in the middle where it's kind of like, 90 degrees. The back spring has a strength between, relatively speaking, the Lion Steel Shuffler that I have here and the HEA Designs Falcon. Maybe a 7.4-ish on the scale, on the collector's knife scale. The thumb nicks are there, but I tend to pinch and pull. You can use the thumb nick, though. None of the 3 blades hit the back spring when you snap them closed. Smooth to open and a satisfying talk, if you will. The handle. These aren't large knives, so larger tactical hands may have some problem finding grip during their hard use. They fit my hand well enough, a little small, but generally for knives like this, which I bring to work, I don't notice it much. All edges have been tumbled, chamfered, or knocked down. No owie parts either, as you absent-mindedly hand fondle it. Fit and finish on all 3 here is pretty excellent. Handles are either tumbled titanium in gray or blue or G10. The G10 isn't super aggressive, but has a nice texture. I prefer the feel of the titanium handles. I don't really need a ton of grip with these small knives because they disappear into the fist. One thing that's nice about these 3 are the pocket clips. A lot of slip joints I like are clipless, and these aren't that. Clips are tightish and titanium. Since knives are, light, they should stay in your pocket even when doing cartwheels, jumping jacks, stuff like that, your PE class. You can't bring knives to Zoom school. Comparisons. Here I have the 3 Serges, which run about $135 to $150 each. The most functional blade for general purposes, probably the Persian, like I mentioned earlier. I'm fond of the looks of the Wharncliffe the most, though. Juggalos are, down with the cleaver. So for the sake of not prolonging the misery any longer than we have to, I'll stick with just the Wharncliffe for the comparison, since they're all about the same size. Unless I start finding people who want this bullshit to last for 25 minutes, I'll put 15 knives in it, Don't tempt me. I can make it painful. But yes, I chose looks over utility by liking the Wharncliffe more. They all feel great in the hand, have a nice strong back spring, and are light in the pocket. Now, let's get a little bigger here, the Paramilitary 2, just for a basic size comparison. What I prefer for a non-work carry, everyday carry, for about $140. A lot of carries in there. These were $140 before the price creeps. But yeah, I like to carry a smaller knife to work now. Like the Lion Steel Shuffler, which is kind of why I started, liking this one a whole lot. Probably my favorite smaller slip joint that costs about $120. It's light, looks good, and has a keen edge. A lighter pull than the Serge, but no pocket clip. Let's look at the HEA Designs Falcon, one of my newer slip joints. Love it though. Unique looks, but keeping within the spirit of a good slip joint. Bolsters, covers, crisp action, slightly more modern materials. This one runs about $230 though. Okay, how about a larger one from GEC? The Northwoods Madison Barlow, a more traditional knife, and the fact that of course it uses carbon steel, as evidenced by the stained blade. These you can't buy anymore, but knew they were about $150. But I guess you could pay an asshole on eBay twice what they cost in a finder's fee because people are no damn good. So look there if you'd like this one. Wrapping it up. I have an email in my inbox from 2018 that says, "The beans and the orbits are available." Boy, if I knew then what I know now. I would kill someone for an orbit. Maybe someone flipping a Great Eastern cutlery on eBay. I don't know, sounds fun. A custom bean is on the list one day too. Hope one day they make the orbits again. But the Serges, the Serge production company slip joints here, are pretty awesome. And since now I guess I'm into slip joints these days, and been seeing a few more ED ads on my knife sites, they're right up in my alley. Or right up my alley. The prices seem to be right in line, about where you'd expect titanium and M390 in a slip joint. And if you're into the Serge look, it's a no-brainer. Trust me about not having a brain. Anyway, thanks to Serge for loaning me these knives to check out. And even Nick Shabazz had these for, a while too. If evidenced by his video. So that's cool. Anyway, if you like this sort of content, join the patrons seen here. Anyone can join this group of knee enthusiasts for $1 to $1,000 a month. That really only gets you a real sweet title card at the end of this video to show to your parents and friends. You'd also be real cool if you bought a t-shirt or just sold your GEC for what you paid for it. Maybe a little less because you used it. Anyway, click the alert bell, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I feel like I've left something out. Comment, like the video. Thanks for watching, everyone.